Admittedly, some of the techniques you've seen in this video clash with accepted ways. Good. Old ideas, bad old ideas, die hard. Remember that when your camping friends question your new ways. The bottom line is that these methods work everywhere, anywhere, every time. I guarantee it.
Welcome to this episode of Cliff's Corner. In this episode, Cliff will be giving us tips again on how to select a tent that is properly outfitted.
Finally, there's one last thing that we want to do to stormproof our tent. And if you forget every other principle of stormproofing and you simply remember this one, I give you my word, you will stay dry as long as your tent stays standing. And that is to always use a plastic ground cloth inside your tent. Make the plastic ground cloth a bit larger than the floor all the way around. I make mine a foot larger than the floor all the way around. It goes inside the tent so it rolls up the sidewalls, rolls up the front and back a little bit. This way, any water that gets in your tent while you sleep through worn floor seams, and flooring will be trapped between the plastic and the floor and you will stay dry. Do not put the plastic ground cloth under the tent floor as is advised by some quote experts. You'll really have a sponge party if that happens. Putting the plastic ground cloth underneath the floor of your tent is akin to pitching it on a slab of concrete. The water would pool on the concrete and be pressure wicked by body weight right through the floor of your tent. After all, there's a center seam running down the floor. The floor fabric is only a few microns thick. The coating is only a few microns thick. Coatings wear out, floors wear out. In a heavy rain, in a low area, I don't care what kind of tent you have, if it rains hard enough and long enough, you've got water coming in. The question is, how do you keep the water from getting at you? And the answer is always use a ground cloth inside your tent. Start out your trip with a new plastic ground cloth inside your tent. Every morning, roll it up and put it in a place where it won't be damaged. At the end of your trip, hold it up to the light and you will see dozens of tiny little pinholes. How did those pinholes get there? They got there from you moving around inside the tent. Those pinholes would be in your tent floor if it wasn't for the ground cloth. For most purposes, a 3 mil or 4 mil plastic ground cloth is plenty adequate. If you get holes in it, hey, that's why God invented duct tape. Some people put plastic ground cloths underneath the floor as well as inside the tent. Again, I would say, don't do that. You're still pitching the tent on a slab of concrete. Yes, it's just a little slab of concrete, but it's still there. And in a wind, this is what happens. You're trying to lay this thing out, you lay it out, and then all of a sudden, oh, the wind comes, and then you're going to pull it back, and then, This camping out stuff is supposed to be fun. As the great outdoorsman Nesmith once said, I don't come to rough it, I come to smooth it. May the wind be at your back as you explore new places, and may you care enough to preserve the wild and wilderness for all who follow.
Thank you for watching Cliff's Corner. If you would like to see more content by Cliff, please subscribe to my channel. If you would like to purchase the Forgotten Skills video, go to Cliff's website, cliffcanoe.com. Or scan this QR code to go directly to Cliff's site. I want to thank Dan Nestor for permission to use his music. Stay tuned for more episodes from Cliff as he shares his tips with how to choose a good tent to help make your camping experience more enjoyable.